All right. Thank you so much, Pastor Christopher Rice. Don't they do a great job? You know, our keyboard player, Naomi, was out this morning. Robin's out sick. And so I thought the guys did a great job this morning. Amen? Yeah, they did. So they do a great job each and every week. So faithful in their serving, as many of you are as well. So we had a great Couples Connect on Friday night. We, probably about 16 of us went to, or 14 of us, whatever, went to Jalapeno Tree, and we had a great time. And if you missed it, I'm sorry. I really wanted you to be there, but we had a great time of having some food and fellowship. Again, we like food, we like fellowship. We like to grow in relationships and grow in other areas. So, but we had a great time. So let's jump in this morning. Like I said, if you have Bible.com, if you have the Bible app, you can follow along with the sermon there if you'd like. Most of the scriptures, or all the scriptures, pretty much will be on the screen behind me, and if you want to jot some of those down. But I'm just so glad to see you all this morning. I'm really excited about today's message. I'm really pumped. We're in a series we started a couple weeks ago called Inside Out, and what we're doing is we're going through the book of James in the New Testament, and we're looking at how to actually live out in our lives what we say we believe. That's important, isn't it? To be who you say you are, right? None of us want to be fake. None of us want to be artificial. We want to be genuine in our faith. And so that's what James is about. The whole book of James is all about being who you say you are. It's about living your life of faith. In other words, it's about living from the inside out. It's taking your faith on the inside and living it out in your lives. And so that's what that's about. Now, how many of you saw the movie Now You See Me? And I think this year they came out with a sequence, Now You See, or a sequel, Now You See Me Too, right? And it's about these illusionists. There's 4 of them. They call themselves the 4 horsemen. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah, okay, work with me here. Work with me. So it's a pretty cool movie. You know, you go and you watch it. I mean, if you like illusionists, they used to call it magic or magicians. Now it's just like they're called illusionists, you know, and it's pretty neat. How many of y'all like to watch illusionists make stuff disappear and reappear and stuff? It's pretty neat. And so I like the movie, and they go through this movie, and it features Morgan Freeman and Woody Harrelson. It's really a great movie, and what they do is they have these shows and where they do these different illusions, and in the midst of this show, they like rob a bank or something, or like pull off this incredible heist during the middle of the show, and it's just crazy. But they use a statement in this show called "Now You See Me, Now You Don't." Right, and it's just kind of that's sort of a popular phrase for magicians or for illusionists. You know, they hold something up and they go, now you see it, now you don't, because one of their whole big deal is to show you something and make it disappear suddenly without explanation, right? And it's like there, it's 1 minute. I mean, I remember we went to see one in Hawaii one time that when we lived there, and we went to see one, and he made a car disappear. He actually had a real car on stage, and it just disappeared right before your eyes. And I was like, how amazing is that, right? It's just incredible at how they do that. But that whole idea of now you see it, now you don't, it's sort of a trickery phrase. It's like, now you see it, now you don't, and it just sort of tricks you. But I just feel duped when that happens, because it's like, okay, there's a car on the stage, and now it's not there anymore. I feel like an idiot because I know there's a real reason, right? I know there's an explanation for it, but you have no idea what it is, right? You have no idea what it is. And so I just feel kind of duped when that happens. When that happens to me, and I'm sitting there watching that, and you know, because you just know that it was there, that there's an explanation. It's there, it's gone, and then suddenly it comes back again, and you have no idea how it happens. And I just think that is one of the coolest things to see. Now, I don't know any magic tricks at all. I was actually going to try to learn one yesterday. I had like 3 hours to learn it, and I thought, nah, that'd probably be bad, so I won't try that. So I don't know any magic tricks, so if you're waiting for me to make something disappear like this podium or something, it's not going to happen. Okay, I wish it would, but it's not. But what if I were to tell you that you're the magician of your own life? That you're the illusionist of your very own life? That one day you see yourself as you really are, and then the next day it's gone. 1 minute you see yourself as you truly are, the next minute it's gone. And then at some point, it comes back again. And then it goes away again, and it comes back again and again and again. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about what if you were the illusionist in your own life? But rather than saying, now you see it, now you don't, you say what's the title of today's message is, now I see me, now I don't. And the whole idea of now I see me, now I don't is just like that illusionist. Just like now you see it, now you don't. One minute you see yourself for who you truly are. The next minute it's gone. And you forget all about it until it shows back up again and again and again. A few weeks ago, I actually got lazy and I forgot to shave for 4 days. And I finally realized I had a beard all of a sudden. Right? All the guys were going, hey, I've been there. And so I looked at myself in the mirror one morning and I was like, yeah, I need to shave, And then I went on about my merry way and forgot to shave. And then the next morning, I looked at myself in the mirror again and I was like, oh, I didn't shave yesterday. Oh, I need to shave today. And then again, I went on about my merry way and forgot to shave again. And so next thing you know, I'm just like, well, might as well make it a beard. And so I started trimming it and, you know how it goes, right? And so I looked at myself in the mirror. I saw something that needed to change, something that needed to happen. And then it went away. Now, how many of you women, right? Now, guys know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And all y'all have hair on your face. Every last one of you, except Noah. But you're going to get there, brother. Just trust me. But okay, so how many of you women have ever looked at yourself in the face, ever looked at yourself in the mirror, your face in the mirror, and you've sort of contemplated the makeup that you want to put on, and then you totally walked out of the house and forgot to put any makeup on? How many of you, be honest, none of you have ever done that? One. There's one honest lady in the whole room. Okay. Or maybe you looked at yourself in the mirror and you thought, I need to make a hair appointment, and I've witnessed my wife do this. I can talk about her. She left the room. So you looked at and I need to make a hair appointment, and you forget. You forget to make the hair appointment. And then the next day you go, oh, doggone it, I need to make a hair appointment, right? Does that happen? Of course it does. Of course it does. So it just happens all the time. Now, for most of us, it's okay if it's a beard, if it's shaving, if it's your hair, if it's your makeup. It's okay if that kind of comes and goes. If you see it, you forget to do it, and then it comes and goes. But what if it's your character? What if it is the words that we use? What if it's how we treat our spouse? What if it's how we respond to our children when we're angry? What if it's, those kinds of things? What if it's, how we address problems that show up in our lives and how we treat other people? What if it's a short temper, or, the words that we use when we're talking to people, or maybe it's a secret sin that nobody else knows about, except, of course, God, because he knows everything, right? But these things, they just sort of rear their ugly heads. They show up, you see it, it goes away, and then it reappears again, and again, and again. It goes away, and then it comes back. And this is precisely about what was happening in the book of James, in the passage that we're going to look at this morning, that James is addressing, that he's talking about. Now, we talked about the fact, just for a little bit of historical background, for those of you that haven't been here the last couple of weeks, is that in the book of James, is written by James. He's the brother of Jesus. He's also the leader of the Jerusalem church. And at this time, all the Jews were scattered throughout the region. They were being persecuted. They were being basically starved to death. They were being persecuted by their faith, and they were really being oppressed by the people in this region. And so as a result of that, they began to sort of lose sight of their faith, and they started behaving in ways that was not consistent with their faith, with who they believed. And so James decided to write this letter as a pastor to encourage these folks, to encourage them to live from the inside out, to encourage them to live and to be who they say they are, in spite of the circumstances, in spite of all the oppression and everything that they were facing. And so James says, let me encourage these folks. Let me write them this letter and talk about this. Now, as we've been going through, we've seen that James talks to us about trials. He talks to us about temptation. And now he's going to talk about why these people keep repeating ungodly behaviors over and over again, right? Why they are the illusionists in their own lives, right? Why they see themselves one way, and then suddenly it goes away, and they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And so that's what he's going to talk to us about today. Now, the good news is, as we go through this passage this morning, I just want to encourage you with the fact that you don't have to settle for less. We don't have to settle for those things that keep showing up in our lives. We don't have to settle for it. We can say, nope, that's not going to be me.